Good evening and welcome into WatchBCSports.com. Christian Gokel, glad to have you alongside on this Thursday evening. A beautiful day here at Father Albert Bickerstaff Field as your Cadets get ready for a non-region match against the Richmond Hill Wildcats. BC enters this one in great form on a run of 6 consecutive wins that have put them currently at the top of the region standings. But depending on the results tonight of Perry's match with Warner Robins, BC could finish second place in the region if Perry was able to come out of that one with a win. So a lot on the line tonight in that one. But here, results may not matter in terms of region standings and playoffs, but certainly matter in terms of you only have 3 games left until the playoffs and the momentum going into those playoffs where you will be hosting a match regardless of whether or not Perry is able to come out with a win tonight. The Cadets, again, coming in very good form, winners of 6 in a row. They are 9-5 on the season. Meanwhile, Richmond Hill has only lost twice this year, 14-2, 10-0 in their region, and have just been a dominant side. If you remember back early in the season, BC lost to Richmond Hill 8-3 at their place. That was a game where BC went down a man very early, suffered some injuries, were able to kind of fight back from a 4-1 halftime deficit to, again, that 8-3 final score there, down a couple men at the end. But again, big matchup coming up tonight. Really, at this point, about momentum going in to the playoffs. You have 3 games remaining tonight against Richmond Hill. Then you're at Camden County coming up next, and you'll finish with South Effingham. So 3 games until the playoffs. You want to go in at top form. We have about 90 seconds until this one is set to kick off. We're going to say thank you to a few sponsors, and we'll be back with the first half of Benedictine and Richmond Hill.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah. BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a line. Criminal defense, family law, DUI, and divorce. You need representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted a Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023. Online at jvdattorney.com. Coastal Living? Parker Scott Properties. With commercial, residential, and rentals. Make the call. 912-661-6142. Or go to parkerscottproperties.com.
Welcome back in. Just under 15 seconds until we are scheduled to kick this one off. I believe we'll get lineups this evening. Athletic Director Jack Holland on the microphone. But BC coming into this one, winners of 6 consecutive games, have put themselves in a wonderful position going in to the playoffs. And it's really kind of started when BC altered their formation, went from 4 in the back to playing 3 in the back, and giving some freedom to a Parker Lewis and Christopher Woods, kind of dropping them back and letting them make plays from that central midfield spot, and really more of an attacking style. We're going to get the prayer followed by the national anthem, so we'll continue just after this.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the match we are about to play. Let us enter into this competition in the spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for the members of the opposing team. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us tonight. Amen.
And our national anthem just about set to kick this one off. And it is a beautiful evening, warm in the mid-70s right now here in Savannah. And the Sand Gnats are out and about. If you know me, you know I love complaining about Sand Gnats, and they were out in full force tonight. Usually kind of a home field advantage for the Cadets, but if there's one team on the schedule who's just as used to Sand Gnats as you, it is the Richmond Hill Wildcats. Again, we are broadcasting from what will be the away stands here. So we are facing west. Once this is completed, we'll be facing the other way. That's why the BC logo is upside down on your screen. But once the stadium is eventually finished, we'll be facing the other way. But we'll be battling the sun this evening until it peaks behind the trees in the distance. Then we should have a much clearer picture for you for the remainder of the evening. BC will be in their all maroon uniforms, while Richmond Hill in all white this evening. And there is the whistle from the official, and we are underway. And this one, if you are tuning in this evening and you haven't watched either of these teams play, as we have a nervous moment there early for the Cadets. You have two teams that really like to attack. Richmond Hill plays with a wide open, kind of reckless abandon style. And BC, as of late, as Parker Lewis cannot find anyone there. It looks like it'll roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Richmond Hill, a team loves to attack, loves to get on the front foot and just pedal to the metal the entire game. And there was one thing Coach Charlie Moore spoke about over and over again. It was Richmond Hill's endurance and just their capacity to be able to hold that pace the entire game. Expects that again tonight. Benedictine, a team that loves to get in possession and just slowly work their way from side to side, kind of pick and choose. Asher Heron, one of those guys who's slowly begun to see his positioning move forward, wearing number 6 this evening. He's just so dangerous on the ball. That combination between him and Christopher Woods has been deadly as of late. Parker Lewis with a chance to get a shot off. Just off target, but a good start for the Cadets, finding some open space in this Richmond Hill defense. Richmond Hill will possess out of the back. Defender had a run for that one. You hear the Richmond Hill coaches screaming to push the pace, push the pace. Both of these teams locked in to the playoffs. Richmond Hill likely as a 1 seed. The Cadets are kind of up in the air, whether they're going to be a 1 or a 2 seed. That depends on the Perry matchup tonight. Asher Heron tries one from a long way out, ricochets, and gives Atencio a chance. But a nice save by the keeper. BC testing him early. Just kind of a half-hearted step from BC's defense there. And allows Richmond Hill to start pushing. It's a good attempt at a through ball there, but nicely defended by Richmond Hill. Good. Oh, Heron didn't take the ball with him. And that one just kind of sent to no man's land. BC will reset. Again, two teams in top form and two teams that love to attack. Richmond Hill's really been the team in possession here early, but haven't really been able to get past BC's 18 since the first possession of the game as that ball travels out of bounds. And a wonderful crowd this evening for this one, a all-Savannah area matchup. As Parker Lewis tries one behind the back. But that gives possession with Richmond Hill, and they have numbers. Pull it back, let more of those numbers get there, and lovely ball in. That one should be out of bounds for a goal kick. Just 2 officials this evening. And again, wonderful crowd. Stands already about halfway filled up and people continuing to arrive. 2 passionate fan bases of 2 very, very good programs. Weisel sends that one forward, and not a cadet in the area. Lots of good possession for Richmond Hill thus far, but really no attack. As BC with a wonderful steal. Through ball through. And again, that's kind of the thing you run into when you have just 2 officials. The referee kind of trailing that play, wasn't on the line, but still from about 5 yards back calls offsides. It looked like BC had timed that one up perfectly, but again, just 2 officials this evening, non-region match. Once you get to the playoffs, you'll see 2 linesmen and a main official in the middle. Seems like BC content to kind of just let them take as much grass as they want to down the sideline. And you wonder just, there's that do or die attitude when you're in region play, and that's what both of these teams have been in for the better part of 2 months now. You wonder in this one if that same level of intensity is there from both teams. I know it's there from both coaches from speaking to them pregame. As that one rolls out of bounds. But we saw, just speaking of that intensity, just how high that could get in that Perry match a couple of weeks ago where BC was able to come away with a 3-2 victory. It's a nice flick on by Heron, but that'll roll out of bounds harmlessly. But it's going to take that kind of effort from BC tonight against a very, very, very good Richmond Hill squad. The ball kind of knuckling in the air. Defender had a hard time judging it. It's Parker Lewis doing his best Saquon Barkley impression there with the hurdle. Atencio able to come away with it, resets, switches it to a defender. And a giveaway there. And that's a nice defensive recovery there from BC. Woods intercepts it. Tries to find him. But the flick on just didn't have the correct touch. But again, Lewis has been on form tonight. Woods on the ball. Able to come away with it. Atencio's left alone. Can he get a ball across? He can. Oh, my goodness. And we said it. Parker Lewis has been in good form tonight. They just forgot about Atencio inside the 18. And he got a wonderful ball across, but Lewis just couldn't put it home. But he's been in position time and time again. Atencia has been dangerous as well to get started. There he is again. Can't find that one. Just misjudged the jump. That's a nice bit of combo play from Richmond Hill. Good steal by Asher Heron there. And then a heavy touch. Richmond Hill will make a couple of substitutions. 10 minutes into this one. Very much like the first round of a boxing match. Just both teams kind of testing the capabilities of the other. No real haymakers thrown yet. That's a lovely move. But again, Richmond Hill with a ton of players on that side of the ball, really trying to work that sideline. It'll be a Benedictine throw-in. As that one, I believe, is going to be called for as an infraction on the throw. Turns the ball over to Richmond Hill. And there may be some salvation for the fans tonight as some wind starts to kick up. Oh, and a wonderful idea from Asher Heron. Ball falls to Christopher Wood's feet. And right now, Richmond Hill just kind of timid with their clearance onto the defensive side. Has given BC a few extra chances. And a really, really nice ball there to get it all the way out to the sideline. But BC's back three even strong. Oh, good step. Desperate defending here early from Richmond Hill, but they've been able to get it done. And Woods, their late official, will let Richmond Hill play on. That was a clear foul on Woods. Could have been a card. Just a lackadaisical pass out of the back for BC. Puts Richmond Hill in a good position here. Nice ball. Well done by the midfielders for BC getting back in support. And that's a good ball down the sideline. Who's going to win the race? BC will. All the way back to the keep. And he'll play this one long, and it will fall to Christopher Woods. Pass out to Atencio, gives it back to Woods. Cuts it back to Parker Lewis, but that's a good step by the center back there. Again, two teams who know who they are, know what they're good at, and they're both playing well. But just neither team overly sharp right now. And again, another very nice job defensively from BC. They're really trying to work that right wing. Playing balls long into the corner, but BC's there each and every time. Two more substitutes for Richmond Hill. BC yet to sub. There were some that predicted this game could be one of those 5-4, 6-5 kind of games. But thus far, both defenses doing their jobs. And both offenses just failing to find that final pass. Mills Hollis on the ball. That's a nice step by the forward there for Richmond Hill to steal possession and keep it. John Britton should be able to get there. He does, and he finds the cadet. That's well done out of the back. And a foul will be called on Richmond Hill right about midfield. Will BC send people forward, or they just play possession here? I think they'll kind of just use that as an opportunity to reset the lines. It looks like BC's going to try to play one long in here. They will. Falls in. And that's the danger. Just put it in the mixer, see what happens. Tensi on the ball. Able to get around the edge. And a good clearance. Oh, that's a lovely touch. There's Richmond Hill again, trying that right wing. Big John Britton steps up. And Richmond Hill might try to go fast on this throw. They have numbers. This is dangerous, and offside's called. Maybe that's why it was dangerous. Good flick. Woods might be able to split the defense here. Again, finds Tensi on the outside. Sends it back in. Woods there, and it's in. Lovely combination play between those two from the first whistle. And again, they just left Tensi alone on the right wing. Woods with a great ball to him, and then Tensi again with another lovely cross is able to get it into him, and Woods slots it away. If you give him the ball alone inside the 18, 9 times out of 10 it's finding the back of the net, and it does there. So with 23 minutes to go here in the first half, your Cadets with a 1-0 lead. Again, these results may not matter in terms of region standings, but in terms of where you're at, in terms of momentum going into the playoffs, this is what you like to see from your team. And just an unbelievable run from the midfielder for Richmond Hill. Don't know how he's able to get the ball out, but now all of a sudden Richmond Hill on the attack. And Richmond Hill still in possession, just kind of some half-hearted tackles from the Cadets, but finally able to come away with it. So again, I apologize as we're shooting directly into the sun. Should just be a few more minutes before it falls behind the pine trees. Parker Lewis doing a lot of running here. I do appreciate the effort. And he's got to get back on sides because if BC is able to steal the ball here, he's 10 yards behind the last defender. Richmond Hill working that right side again. I don't know if they've started an attack up the left thus far tonight. as that one heads towards the baseball field. And cleared up to Parker Lewis with a flick. Robert Leonard in possession. And he's chopped down, but they're going to say a good tackle. And now Leonard there could have been called for playing on the ground. Ooh, and that one nearly slipped through to Christopher Woods. Kind of a funky few seconds there. Midfielder tries to go around Asher Heron, but Asher Heron stonewalls that one. And now finds a man running wide away down the field. That's Atencia. He's got a chance to put one on target. Instead, cuts it back to Parker Lewis. Oh, you would have loved to see him be selfish there. That was a great job by Asher Heron there. Again, just stonewalling defensively, turning, and finding the man running down the field. There's Atencia screaming down that right side again. They're just not keeping up with him right now. And again, you probably would have liked him to be a little selfish there and take a shot. Be Mills Hollis here. Heron with the flick. Finds Parker Lewis's feet. Lewis able to find Mills Hollis, who trips over the ball. But BC back in possession is Asher Heron. And again, Atencia left alone. That one a rough touch. But that one goes out of bounds for a goal kick. And frustration there from Rolando. We're through 20 minutes, another 20 minutes to go here. And BC's been the aggressor for the most part. A couple of soft chances for Richmond Hill, but really nothing concrete as of yet. Yeah, and that one a little aggressive there by Woods. Went through his heels. Getting everything down the right for Richmond Hill. And you understand that a lot in high school soccer. It's the side that your coaches are on that you usually end up moving towards the most. Give that communication. And just a lackadaisical throw there. Woods all alone, and he's going to have one. And just a worm burner from about 40 yards out. They gave him so much grass there. You would have liked to have seen him take it. That's a nice step by Mills. Spring break for the Cadets, so kind of a Los Angeles Lakers style crowd this evening, filling in at the end of the first half. But one of the better turnouts of the season thus far. And Heron has grass to run to. Finds Woods. Woods with a heavy touch. Somehow able to control it. Finds his back. But again, lackadaisical. You just can't have these half efforts. Atencia able to get there. And a nice bit of skill. And now Heron's off and running. And he's got grass to carry too as he brings three defenders to him. Finds Atencia. Parker Lewis. Oh, just a hair off there. But BC able to get back into possession with Woods. Some really good chances thus far for the Cadets and some really promising attacking play. Again, Rolando, well done there. Mills gives it away and then drags the man down. Probably a smart play, prevents the counterattack. And he'll receive a yellow because of it. It wasn't necessarily the aggression of the foul. It's the fact that you stopped a potential counterattack. So he'll head to the sideline for a moment. Again, Richmond Hill all season has been a wide open attacking team, but tonight it just feels like they're very comfortable slowly building from the back. Just not that do or die kind of attitude right now from either team. Because in all actuality, it's really not. Good clearance there from the Cadets. They're going to go for the long throw here. They will. That makes it to about the hash marks. A lovely tackle for the Cadets. Parker Lewis can get out and run here. He sends it. BC in possession. Shot on target. And that's a wonderful save. Robert Linder was screaming down the sideline. Was able to get one on target. That started with just great possession for Parker Lewis. A great counterattack there from the Cadets. I believe this will be a corner kick. Just waiting for a ball. Don't know where that one went. I think under a banner, perhaps. And the corner is in. BC with a couple men there, but keeper controls his box well. It's a big dude. He'll swing it to his wing to get the restart, but Parker Lewis there, and again, just nervous moments. And again, and I don't know. I feel like that man tripped over the ball, but the official's going to give him the call. Look for all the world like the man just fell over the ball. And Mills Hall's back in the game. It kind of turned into a rugby scrum there for a moment, and they're going to give a free kick to the Cadets. And again, I think BC is going to send this one long. They are trying to find Atencia, but just kind of short and soft. First real attack we've seen on the left-hand side today. And a great defensive step there from Rolando, and showing some skill. And Woods is chopped down. He had the ball past the man. Now BC with a real chance to get some guys in the mixer. Lewison's a long one in. That's a great ball. Hangs up there. Keeper's out of the net. That's a goal. The keeper came out. And when you commit, you got to come away with the ball. He didn't. It fell, and Mills Hollis buries it in the back of the net. And the Cadets now with the commanding 2-0 lead here with just under 11 minutes to go in the first half, and we will get a line change from Richmond Hill. 1, 2, 3 substitutes. There's the restart. A shaky defense, more so than amazing offense, has given the Cadets a 2-0 lead. Again, just nothing confident about the defending right now from Richmond Hill. And that should be a throw for the Cadets. Oh, goodness. Again, you give the officials some leeway tonight. Just 2 officials covering a whole lot of ground. Richmond inside the 18. Oh. And Ben Weisel a little bit late off his line, but able to get there all the same. There's been a few times Richmond Hill's just been able to dribble through the Cadets defense. As we tick under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Weisel sends this one long. And again, a header to no one. Gives the ball to Atencia. Touch to Asher Heron. Finds a Christopher Woods alone in the middle. Mills Hollis with a chip, back post. Just a bit long, but you like the idea. Hollis feeling himself a little bit after that goal. And a quick restart from Richmond Hill here. Both players getting physical over there. Officials letting them play. Mills already on a yellow. I understand the passion, but you don't want to put your team down a man. We saw that already earlier in the season against this same Richmond Hill squad. Nice step, but right to a Richmond Hill Wildcat. Oh, and to Parker Lewis. And he's got Atencia streaking down the field. Instead turns and finds Woods. There's Robert Leonard down the sideline. Given away there. That should be a Richmond Hill throw, and it is. And there's a great ball. Opens it up, but Weisel there for the clearance. That's well done from the keeper, being aware, off his line, doing his job. Parker Lewis, wonderful flip. Oh. And Brenton steps too, but off a defender. And now Richmond Hill's off. Great step and a wonderful finish. Again, both defenses, it's really been soft touches and timid clearances that have given up all 3 goals. And Richmond Hill right back in this one. Britton stepped up nicely, but just kind of a half-hearted clearance. And then a wonderful through ball. Could have been offsides, but it was borderline. BC has developed a bit of a habit of giving up a goal just before the half. We saw it a couple weeks ago against Perry, where they dominated the entire first half, but just let their foot off the gas for a moment. When you're playing great squads like these, they'll put it away. So now some life for Richmond Hill. They've had nothing. I think that was their first shot on goal. Finds Woods. And a great slot through. Oh, what a save. That was great build-up play from the Cadets. But the keeper with the save of the night thus far. And this now kind of turning into the match a lot of people thought it could be. A lot of 5-4, 6-5 predictions. And great step by Parker Lewis there. That's nicely done. Just couldn't get the final ball, but they give it away again. And Rolando, wonderful so far in this first half. Woods trying to slot it through, can't get it to him. But you love the ideas from the Cadets. Very creative in the final third tonight. 2 more substitutes for Richmond Hill as the Cadets will send 1 on. And the throw towards 4 Richmond Hill defenders and 1 Parker Lewis. Heavy touch from the center back and had to do some dancing there. He's able to get it out to the wing, but Robert Leonard steals it away. And kind of a hop and a leap by Leonard. And again, Richmond Hill just battling their way through some soft tackles. Dangerous, dangerous. And Richmond Hill starting to show their colors. Just physical, and they just like the ball stuck to their foot. Yeah, that's going to be a free kick for the Cadets. There's probably a couple of times it could have been called. Well done by the official, letting them take possession, and then as soon as he lost it, giving it back over. So BC with a very dangerous chance here. And it'll be number 10, Parker Lewis. He wears 10 for a reason. Oh, and miscommunication there had to be. And now a chance for Richmond Hill to counter here. And that's going to be potentially a card. Now a chance for Richmond Hill to reset. You know, they would have loved to have countered there, but the foul by BC prevents that. Surprised we didn't see a card. And Heron with the clearance. Go all the way back to the center back, and they'll reset. Less than a minute. Long throw. Makes it into the box, but big John Britton there with the header. Strong. But then that header kind of to no man's land, falls to Richmond Hill. Throw it back in the mixer there. And that looked like a handball. Nothing called. I don't know if that ball's touched the ground in the past 5 or 6 touches. And that'll do it for the first half. So, very fun last couple of 15 minutes, I'd say there. After a very slow start from both squads, but BC, after going out to a 2-0 lead, gives up the goal there in the last few moments of the first half, but still with a 2-1 lead over the 14-2 Richmond Hill Wildcats, trying to avenge that 8-3 loss earlier in the season. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more right here from Father Albert Bickerstaff Field, on the campus of Benedictine here in Savannah.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kickback. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, Benedictine Soccer was proud to recognize the seniors on the BC soccer team from the class of 2025 on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, Benedictine headmaster Father Frank could not be in attendance due to a prior obligation. Tonight, Father wanted to publicly thank and recognize these seniors for everything they have done for Benedictine and BC soccer over the past 4 seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please thank and applaud our seniors from the BC class of 2025.
Terrible. Like, it was at a point where I was like, just score another goal for me. They had to drag it out. Again, it was supposed to be days. Really trying to realize. The first thing they got miles. Seriously, he's really good. But then they have another class. But they're too big and thin. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Gary, just leave. Good Savannah. My life's about to change. For the better. All right. My wife's been in Savannah and Italy, like, it's not be rich. Well, I wouldn't say to myself. Me and the kids.
Me, the kids, and the dogs. What's that? You did everything. You know, y'all covered out there this weekend. I didn't do it either. I'm not going to say I was a bad dad because I didn't leave the island, but I didn't do it with the kids. I had a good time. You know what? I sure did.
He said, so I couldn't score any. One big one and
Just about 2 minutes to go until we get going again here with the second half. BC up 2-1. It was goals by Christopher Woods and Mills Hollis there in the first half that gave the Cadets a 2-0 lead, but poor clearance and a very nice through ball from Richmond Hill and a nice slot away brought Richmond Hill within one as we sit here with 40 minutes to play. We're going to say thank you to a few sponsors, and we will have the second half of Benedictine Richmond Hill after this.
Criminal defense, family law, DUI, and divorce. You need representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted a Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023. Online at jvdattorney.com. Coastal Living? Parker Scott Properties. With commercial, residential, and rentals. Make the call. 912-661-6142. Or go to parkerscottproperties.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Vernon Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
As the Cadets take the field, they have 40 minutes to defend a one-goal lead, hoping to extend that here in the early goings of the second half. And it's been wonderful possession from the Cadets and some nervous defending, I think is the best way to describe it, from Richmond Hill that has really allowed the Cadets to attack over and over again. But they're going to have to convert some of those. Don't feel confident that 2 goals is going to win this one tonight against a Richmond Hill team that seemingly can score at will. BC will be in possession here to start the second half. And we should be in a fun one under the lights here at Father Albert Bickerstaff Field. And Parker Lewis sends it away. And we are underway here in the second half. And early on, you already seen adjustment from Richmond Hill. A lot more pressure-based. And a great throw. And Richmond Hill immediately on the attack. Oh, that's dangerous. Still dangerous. And off the post. Now Mills Hollis with a chance for BC to answer. Finds Atencia. And he has lots of green grass. Man tracking back. And puts it around him, but 2 men there. Tough to defend. And this second half has started out about 1,000 miles an hour. And a wonderful switch there from Mills. And I felt like a boxer coming out of the break between rounds, just throwing a haymaker. Woods by himself in the middle. Finds Parker Lewis. Great step. And it's in. How about that answer? "90 seconds in to the half. Richmond Hill came out just throwing headshots. And BC answered with one of their own, Parker Lewis, with a great step around the defender and just slots it home around the keeper. Again, we say there's a reason he wears number 10, and that's it. We should be in for a fun final half hour here. Nice touch by Mills. The intensity is just ratcheted up about 5 notches here in the second half. You wonder if the coaches just had conversations with their guys at the half. This isn't a scrimmage. Nice touch by Woods. Finds Heron. Who's able to send Ben Harvey through down the line. And he's into Parker Lewis again. Good night. Still not cleared. Into Atencia. What a save by the keeper. And talk about just momentum shifting in about 20 seconds. A clear as day shot off the post from Richmond Hill. Turn it around, other side of the field. BC buries one, and now BC out for blood. Ben Harvey again, free down the sideline. To Heron, to Woods. He's got Mills Hollis running wide open. Finds him. And he's going to have one. And that's in! Why not? Why not? Can't give that man that much grass. And 2 goals in the first 3 minutes have BC out to a commanding 4-1 lead. And they just left Hollis with so much green grass. And now all that energy from Richmond Hill feels like it's deflated here. Oh, and that just frustration paramount. As Christopher Wood just clipped down by the defender, the right back there, frustrated. This is not an overly familiar situation for Richmond Hill. They were down earlier this week at Country Day and came back to win. And with their attacking prowess, they're never out. Wonderful one-touch play. That was a great tackle from Asher Heron. Oh, great turn. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on John Brenton right at the top of the box. So danger zone here for the Cadets. BC trying to match up here. And Ben Weisel hasn't been his most confident night, but is going to need to be confident here. And a great job. I believe that's Parker Lewis on the wall, but now BC's got to clear. And they clear as far as the back line for Richmond Hill. Not out of danger yet. And BC, great step. And Woods with a wonderful ball to Atincia. But again, just speed from the back line of Richmond Hill. And that interesting defensive tactic. Woods there. Dangerous. You see how dangerous he is. 4 or 5 guys collapsing to him. That's a great ball out to Ben Harvey. To Heron. And they'll reset. And BC will completely reset. And this gives Richmond Hill a chance to move up, clear their back lines. Aggressive tackle, but just completely forgets the ball. Asher Heron dribbles his way through a couple of guys, finds Christopher Woods alone. Will he try from way downtown? Instead, he goes by a Richmond Hill defender, and that one was nicely struck, just not on frame. And an eventful first 7 minutes here. And a wonderful through ball. 11's been dangerous all night for Richmond Hill. But nicely defended from the Cadets. Oh, you got to clear it. And BC should be able to step away now. And look at the hustle. We talked about it before the game. This is a team that is 100% go at all times, and that's well done from Richmond Hill. Ben Harvey wins a throw. And a man goes down, I believe, with a cramp for Richmond Hill. Shouldn't have to go too far for a substitution. If he just does a barrel roll, he'll be off the field. And he's up. Magically cured. Oh, good idea from Heron. Gets it back. Finds Woods. Both teams getting out and running. Long cross and defended well from the Cadets, but they leave a man wide open at the top of the box. Oh, again. Desperate defending there for the Cadets at the end, but they do get it out. But now another cross. That one cleared about 100 feet in the air. Tensia finds Heron. Passes a little strong there. But Heron stabs it back away. Nice move by Tensia. And they're going to call the foul. They let him play advantage there. This little grab there on Woods. Able to find Mills. And a very nice tackle there. And it'll be a Benedictine throw. Some Nice display of unsportsmanship. And it was a good idea there. Under 30 minutes to go here in the game. Cadets with a commanding 4-1 lead. But Richmond Hill showing signs of life. Well done by Parker. And Asher Heron there to clean it up. Sends it way down the sideline. Can he find Parker Lewis? He can. Charlie Moore wanted a foul there. Instead, Richmond Hill will carry. Nice step by Mills. And Lewis was about 1,000 yards offsides. And Lewis was about 1,000 yards offsides. Didn't think he was going to get to that ball, but the Richmond Hill center back decided to go for the clothesline. Now BC with another chance to add to their lead. And perhaps more importantly, clock continues to drain away. Lewis sends it in. On target. And the keeper with a nice save. That'll be a corner kick as you see a couple of helicopters from the base nearby flying over the field, and just reminds us of that tragedy that happened in New York on the Hudson River earlier today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of that tragic helicopter crash there again on the Hudson River in New York. Corner kick for the Cadets. It's in, but cleared out nicely by Richmond Hill. Oh, nice moves. Kind of a lull in the aggression there from Richmond Hill at the moment. And Harvey takes a hard tackle, but and Ben Harvey gets his licks back. And they're going to call a foul finally on Richmond Hill. And again, unfamiliar situation for Richmond Hill. Not a team that's used to trailing 4-1, 14-2 on the season. BC will play short and now chip it in to Atizia. Puts it on frame. Oh, just off frame. But you love the idea. He's been so dangerous from that left wing spot all night. No real rush for Richmond Hill here. As Heron will win that one. Gonna play it long, but a nice header. Parker trying to fight and get possession back. Clears it out of bounds for a Richmond Hill throw. Kind of just thrown into the mixer there. Not really to anyone. And out of bounds again. Quick throw, and it'll leak out of bounds for a goal kick. So again, BC hopefully wraps up this one tonight with a win. That would give them their 10th on the year. And the next Tuesday, they will be at Camden County, the second place team from this Richmond Hill. And then we'll finish with South Effingham before hosting a team from Atlanta in the opening round of the playoffs. Whether that is as a 1 seed or a 2 seed will be determined by the Perry result tonight. A great ball. And Weisel kind of in no man land. But John Brinton takes control. Kind of feels like we're in the doldrums right now. Both teams can't hold on to possession, and no real attacking from either team as well, but Mills Hollis might be the answer to that. Atencio wide open on the left wing. Can he get one across? Instead finds Woods. Great move. Still has it. And loses his balance. I believe they're going to get a foul call there. You can see he got the leg as Mills' shin guard goes flying. And the Cadets with a chance to put another one in the mixer here. And Lewis will just switch it. BC kind of drawing out that Richmond Hill defense. Trying to get them to step off that back line, open something up. Again, the problem with this is you're opening yourself up to a pretty severe counterattack if you don't hold on to possession. And now, yeah, there you go. Richmond Hill will send it high. But just surprised they weren't more aggressive in sending numbers forward. Don't know if you're really defending a 4-1 deficit. Nice stop by Brenton there. That's a great ball. Lewis finds it, uses his body to shield the man. Back to Woods, but miscommunication between him and Lewis. And Heron will take it back. Harvey can't hold on to it. Heron there again, but Richmond Hill able to power through. Long curving ball sent in. But now Richmond Hill with numbers. Yeah, well done by BC, just kind of funneling him to the outside. And end up forcing a corner kick, but that could have been much more dangerous. Nice job keeping the feet by the defenders. And just slowly navigating that man outside. It is a beautiful South Georgia night here on the campus of Benedictine. Once again, Richmond Hill have a corner here. That's a great ball, but Weisel controls his box nicely. And now Atencia can get out on the run. Parker Lewis is there. One touch from Atencia, and he could be in. And streaking down the field was Asher Heron, but Lewis elects to keep it. Oh, my goodness. That was a perfectly drawn-up counterattack, and Lewis just hit the brakes on it. As we tick under 20 minutes to go here in the first half, or second half, excuse me. Great tackle by Robert Leonard. Sends it to Parker Lewis. Lewis plays it back out to Leonard. Bodies on bodies. And still in bounds somehow. There's kind of a half-hearted tackle there from BC. And now 11 can get out on the run. He's been so dangerous. So fast on the ball, but nicely played. Nicely played. $11 just so fast for Richmond Hill, so dangerous. Just took one heavy touch and BC took advantage. Good clearance by Brenton, the center back. Again, Atencia can get out and run here a bit. Just kind of plays it to the middle to Parker Lewis, but plays it to no one. And Mills has been unbelievable on offense, but he has the unenviable task of matching up with the right wing for Richmond Hill. And here you go. He's all by himself right now. Great cut. Another one. So dangerous. That shot's on target. Nice save. Ball still not cleared. Finally cleared. And the official blowing the whistle. I think we just might have an injury. Yeah. Wildcat down in the box. That was a great save on one that was on target. As it looks like we could have another line change for Richmond Hill. 1, 2, 3, 4. And ultimately, yes, it'll be 5 changes here for Richmond Hill. A complete hockey line change. And it'll be a drop ball restart. Richmond Hill in attack. Great cross. Oh, my goodness. 11's done everything he can for Richmond Hill tonight. He just needs somebody to step on the other end of it. Keeper out of his box for the Wildcats. Nice tackle by Christopher Woods there. Tries to send Robert Leonard on a run. But there's a defender standing right there. It's a great ball. Heavy touch there from the attacker, though. And a nice clearance by Parker. And nicely played by BC's back four. Earning that offsides call. Stepping nicely. Under 15 minutes to go. Dangerous here for Richmond Hill. On target. Keeper can't hold it. Wildcat there, but BC fortunate that the keeper was able to touch it around him. And there goes Parker Lewis. Long through ball to no one in particular. Azure Heron in possession. No real pressure. And that's a great ball to Heron. He's through. Can he get it across? He can. To Lewis. Oh, and a heavy touch by the striker. That was great work by Asher Heron to get it across. As we'll get another substitution from Richmond Hill. BC mainly still with their starting 11. And some 9-on-9 violence there. And Christopher Wood's taking his time, making sure his shin guards are still there, stretching the hamstrings a little bit, taking as much time as he can. As we're under 13 minutes to go. No real urgency to push the box here for the Cadets right now. Mills Hollis making a run towards the center of the field. And Lewis sends it towards him. Great flick. Oh, goodness. Right to the feet of Parker Lewis. To Woods. Great turn. To Mills. Good turn by Woods. Oh, you love the idea. Bad touch. Nice head by Heron. That's a great turn by 11. And a wonderful tackle from the Cadets. And that seemed, for all the world, like it was through the back, but the officials don't call anything. And now Richmond Hill out and running. And again, Turner there. And going to earn a throw. Great defending by number 2 for the Cadets. And it'll be Rodenberg to throw. Good flick. Rodenberg will throw again here. And it goes off of Robert Leonard. Be a Richmond Hill throw. They do get it in. But Michael Groover there defensively for the Cadets. He's had a strong game. Woods tries to flick. Does flick. Flicks it off a defender. And Groover plays it out of bounds. Long throw cleared away by Mills. Robert Leonard sends it into the middle to Parker Lewis. Mills on the receiving end. Getting his steps. Then they're going to give him some grass here. But they end up giving it away. Good turn. And right past the Cadets defense. But BC regroups. And offsides again. Another offsides call. And again, BC will take their time. As now Weisel sends it forward. A great turn. And a wonderful tackle. As BC has a man down. And they'll stop, finally, the clock. As BC has a man down. It looks like it's Ben Harvey. He's been getting roughed up on that right side, but he's been giving it as much as he's taking it. It's going to be a drop ball. And the fans now voicing their frustration with Richmond Hill's 4-1 deficit. As some Richmond Hill fans are starting to head towards the parking lot with 7 minutes to go. Typically, out of courtesy, when there's a drop ball, you play it backwards, but Richmond Hill elected to try to play it forward there. And once it went off the official, he gave a free kick there to the Cadets. Now a free kick here for Richmond Hill. It's nicely played in, right to BC's keeper. As Abdul Olubaju in for the Cadets. Cleared it to Parker Lewis. And now if you're BC, you're just hoping to get out without any injuries. Parker Lewis steps through and around a couple of men. Abdul able to get there, but Olabaju can't hold on to it. Still fighting. The fresh legs for 18. A nice tracking back there by Robert Leonard. A great ball, but you see the idea, but a BC defender there nicely. And as we head under 5 minutes, Richmond Hill will reset from the back. And Lewis steps. He can turn. And man through his back. Olabaju. Lewis around a man again. Into Woods. Oh, goodness. The ref's going to say he dove. And that'll be a goal kick. Parker Lewis still fighting. Olabajo. There's been a spark of energy on the right side. Oh, that's intercepted by Heron to Lewis. Back through. Oh, love the idea. Into Woods. Great ball. Across to Lewis. Great move. Oh, and a nice save by the keep. Just couldn't get a lot behind it. BC's got some running to do here. This one will go all the way to the corner. Parker can save it and sends it to the lacrosse field. That'll be a throw in for Richmond Hill. Final few minutes here. You wonder if Charlie Moore will sub off some of those attackers. It's a great move around. And they're going to give a penalty. The right official pointed to the spot, but I think the far side official said that it's on the outside of the box, so it'll still be a free kick for Richmond Hill, but not a penalty. Still dangerous here for the Cadets. Oh, and he was goal-seeking right there. That was a nicely struck ball. As we have under 2.5 minutes to go here. So BC chases Richmond Hill all the way back to their side of the field. Nice step there by Brenton. And cleared again, this time to the baseball field. Putting the ball boys to work tonight. Be a Richmond Hill throw there in no hurry. As more of the Wildcat fans start to head to the exit. That one played out of bounds. Benedictine will take their time here as we have under 90 seconds to go, and the BC faithful starting to applaud what should end up as a 4-1 win over the best teams, one of the best teams in the state out of 6A. And that's a throw infraction. believe the foot came up there as we have under a minute to go here. BC will take their time again. Heron flips it on. Leonard will give pressure, as will Heron. Nice secure by Big John Brenton, the center back. And again, stepping. Mills into the middle. Oh, Woods wanted another one, you could tell. 14 seconds to go here. Fans begging their team not to quit. Ben Weisel has it. And he'll hold it, and that should do it. Domination for the Cadets. 4-1. Avenge the earlier loss this season and take down the previous 14-2 Richmond Hill Wildcats. And it was BC from start to finish, and this one worked their way out to a 2-0 lead. Gave up one just before the half, but then opened the second half on fire, scoring 2 goals in the first 4 minutes to extend the lead to 4-1, and that's where it held for the remainder of the game. Things got a little contentious with some of the players out there, but both teams, I think, playing very, very well, and both teams should make deep runs into the playoffs here from the Savannah area. For Benedictine Military School, watch bcsports.com, and all of our sponsors that make this possible. I am Christian Gokel. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We will be back with you next Tuesday evening as the Cadets take on Camden County, down at Camden County. And again, be paying attention to the result from tomorrow night as Perry takes on Warner Robins at Warner Robins. If Warner Robins can somehow pull the upset, your Cadets will win the region and be the number 1 seed heading in to the playoffs. If not, BC will still host a home game as the number 2 seed, but still, that number 1 seed in a region title would mean so much to a program that has really had a resurgence here in the second half of the season. This is win number 7 in a row for the Cadets, and they're at top form as they are heading towards the playoffs. Again, Christian Gokel here at Father Albert Bickerstaff Field. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Thursday evening. We will see you all on Tuesday night for Benedictine at Camden County.